everyone, welcome back. A little video before I go away, jet off to rainy Northern Ireland. We've had the most beautiful weather and now all of a sudden I go on holiday for the first time in so many years and it's just gonna rain the whole time I'm there. So let's have a nail that will cheer us up. So I saw Geode nails, and I know it's been a thing for ages, but I wanted to try something a little different. So I've taken some poly gel and I'm just going to, you know, like if you were to sculpt the whole nail, I'm going to do that, but I'm going to leave like gaps, 3 gaps in places to put some bits in for the geode crystal-y effect. I knew what I wanted it to look like in my head, but I hadn't practiced it beforehand and I had like 50 minutes, 40 minutes before some orders were going out. I wanted to get them done so I could get this video done because it is the last one that I have to film, because we have scheduled Sundays, Wednesdays and Sundays, like the upcoming ones, so that's all done. So I had a little play, and it always is like the recording's always a bit miffy when I just don't have a plan as such. So I've done the top half, and on the right, looking at it on the right, you can see I've left like a big gap, and then I ran out of poly gel. I didn't want to add too much at the beginning, just in case, you know, less is more. We can always add. It's a lot easier to add than it is to take away. And I was quite shocked because usually when I don't plan things and I just go for it, they don't always work out how I wanted them to work out, or I have to change a few bits. But this one, it was amazing. I didn't plan it, I just sat down and did it, and what I had in my head came out in like actually how I wanted it to look. So I was very happy with that. So yeah, just leaving a gap, top right, almost top right, halfway down like the middle left, and then bottom right as well. And that's just a little bit of excess that we're going to take away. I think the hardest part was obviously we were trying to sculpt a nail, but we had to miss things out, so we had to be really careful not to make it too bulky, or yeah, it was a bit difficult. No, it wasn't. Like I said, it went really weirdly smoothly, really weirdly well. Yeah, I was really impressed, but I don't know what to say. I kind of just didn't overthink it. I think because I was in a bit of a rush, I just went for it and I was shocked. Well, that does happen sometimes, doesn't it? Like we really overthink things and then it just messes up because you're overthinking and you think you're going to mess up, or you think something's bad's going to happen, and it usually ends up actually happening. But once I was actually happy with it, I give it a cure, and then I wiped off the the sticky inhibition layer. Then I filed to make sure that it wasn't too bulky around the cuticle area and the side walls, still keeping where those gaps are. We wanted like a little tiny bit of a wall, so it's quite raised but not too much. Then dusted off all of the dust, and then we're just going to apply Spirit Guide. Is it Spirit Guide? It is. Spirit Guide just to the raised parts. It doesn't matter if a little bit gets on the gaps, the holes. Doesn't matter too much if a little bit gets on there. You can choose to wipe it away if you like, or you can choose to paint the whole thing. I don't think it will really matter that much. So I do 2 coats of that gorgeous pink Spirit Guide, and then I've put a little bit of that on the palette with Perfect White, and then I've made 2 variations of pink using Spirit Guide and Perfect White to make a lighter one and then an even lighter one. Then I'm putting some blooming gel, Madame Glam's blooming gel, on the pink bit, grabbing the detail liner and just using a combination of the original Spirit Guide, the 2 shades of pink we've created, and the Perfect White. Just like a weird marbly effect, kind of. Then obviously just give it a few seconds to bloom, and once you're happy with how it looks, give it a cure. Now I will tell you now, because I don't show you to the end, but if you were recreating this, or if I was going to do this again, I would do it now. So I end up using, like, I do the whole of the nail and then I go to top coat it, and before I cure it I'm like, you know what, there's something missing. So I grab the gold gel paint, and this is where I would do it now. Whilst you're marbling with those 3 shades of pink and the white, I would do a tiny little bit of gold gel paint or some gold glitter and just run that through the blooming gel as well, or silver glitter, whatever glitter. And then once that is cured, I've grabbed Born Pretty's watercolour. It's ink, isn't it? Watercolour ink. I don't know what it's called. Watercolour ink. Alcohol inks. Alcohol inks. That's what they're called. So I've just wiped off most of the excess back into the bottle, and then just concentrating it down the centre, and just following where you've kind of done the marble a little bit. And obviously it's air drying, so you do have to wait. It's really not long. I've had these for at least 2 years. The Preciosa, I think they're called unicorn tears, these ones. Cannot be 100% certain. I will try and find out, and if I do, I will put the correct name in the description box. But they're from Crystal Parade. So I grabbed McCart's Rhinestone Glue Gel and in the tube, and we're just, I didn't know whether to use base coat or top coat, because obviously if we use base coat or the Rhinestone Glue Gel or Builder Gel or Poly Gel on this bit, even though, because we're going to pour crystals, those crystals over it, even after curing you're still going to feel a little bit of that sticky inhibition layer. So I was thinking of using top coat, a no wipe top coat, so it didn't do that, but I don't think it would have had the grab, like the staying power, like the Rhinestone Glue Gel does. I mean, you can get rid of the sticky inhibition layer from the Rhinestone Glue Gel or a base coat or a Builder Gel or a Poly Gel. Once the crystals are on and cured, you can just get a lint-free wipe or grab a fluffy brush, dip that in alcohol and just pretend like you're cleaning, and just rub the brush all over, and then the alcohol will evaporate anyway, won't it? And then you can top coat and what have you, but don't top coat the crystals. Do not do that. So I didn't wipe away the sticky inhibition layer, so I did the alcohol ink, I waited that to dry, put a base coat on, cured it, didn't wipe off the inhibition layer, so some of those crystals were sticking to the pink bits, so I had to smudge them about a bit and get them to stay where I just wanted them to stay. Bit of a faff, but it wasn't too much trouble, to be honest. So I've grabbed the ultra liner, or the detail line, ultra liner, that one I think, and the gold gel paint. I'm just going to outline where the crystals are. Give them a little border. Don't have to be neat at all, you really don't. Geodes are not neat, they're nice and natural. The cracks are natural, they're all jaggedy, they're all wonky. Just slap it on, slap it on. I think the wonkier it looks, the more natural it looks, so if you've got a shaky hand or you're not very good at drawing straight lines, then absolutely fine, it'll be perfect. So yeah, just outline all of those crystally bits, and then obviously the gel paint takes 60 seconds to cure, unlike the polishes takes 30 seconds. And don't forget to use my code LittleNailRoom30 at madamglam.com, and Born Pretty, TLNR 10. It's a mouthful, isn't it? Might have to change that. TLNR. Yeah, bornpretty.com. Save 10%. But again, I'll leave all the discount codes in the description box down below, along with all the links to everything that I've used in this video, so that you can try and recreate it or use the stuff that you've already got. Bargain. Don't have to spend a dot of money. So once I've cured those gold lines, like I said, 60 seconds, then I go to top coat it, and I nearly put it in the lamp, and I looked at it and I was like, there's something missing. It's not quite right. That is when I decided to use the top coat as a kind of blooming gel, kind of, and run some of that gold gel paint round. And then I did do a 60-second cure just in case, because it's got that gel paint in it. Just want to be on the safe side. But here it is, my first ever geode nail. And my daughter loves geodes. One of the reasons we're going to Northern Ireland is for her, for all the crystals and the rock formations and the fossils. Cannot wait. But I am super tired, if you can't tell by my voice, so I am going. But I really do hope you like this nail as much as I do. Don't forget to let me know what you think in the description box, and don't forget to hit like. And if you haven't already, please do hit subscribe. I really do appreciate it. Thank you all so much, and I will see you when I'm back from holiday, hopefully super refreshed. Bye!